We're talking intellectual property next here on the AM show. But before I introduce to you my guests, Zalia in Tamale, on our earlier conversation on stillbirth, you've got an experience, you need help. I'm going to send you Etonam's personal number so you can get in touch with him. He's a fantastic guy and he'll be happy to help. But to talk intellectual property, keep your eyes and your ears open if you have a piece of creative arts and you need all the protection. Dorothy Habada is Senior State Attorney with the Copyright Office, and Sheila Jangwa is Documentation and Research Officer, also with the Copyright Office. So good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Yeah. There are a lot of things we don't know about intellectual property, true or false, as ordinary people.
Yes.
Okay. So let me start off with myself. I have a piece of idea. Can I protect it so that if somebody copies it, what can I do?
Okay, to start off, an idea in itself cannot be registered or protected.
Okay.
But the expression of the idea can. So if there's an idea, maybe an underlying idea, and three of us here, we all come out with different works based on the same idea. So you write a book, or I write a song, and then she makes a movie, all from the same idea. So we can all have protection in the various things that we have created, but not the idea in itself.
Oh, because the three of us could have the same idea.
Yes, but how you translate that idea into something tangible, yes.
Okay, so I have an idea to come up with a morning show.
Okay.
Which is the AM show. You're saying that the elements within the morning show is what will make it unique
to yours. Yes.
Okay, because then you could also have a morning show. She
Yes.
could also have a morning show.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, but how can I protect my unique idea?
Okay. Back to the idea issue. The expression of the idea might either be in one of 5 categories. It could be a literary work, an artistic work, audiovisual work, or computer software or programs. So these are the things that we register. So if your idea translates into one of these things, because as per the law, the Copyright Act, it says that ideas, methods, and procedures cannot be protected under copyright. So it's the expression. So we register these forms of expression that you have. So if, let's say, you have a recording of this morning's show, as in, we can register that as an audiovisual work.
Okay.
Yes. So we do the contents, not even just the name. So if you need to do names, that will go to Registrar General. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I think just to add a little to that, the reason why that is so is because even though copyright seeks to protect the creative works of authors, it also seeks to promote creativity. So that if one idea, like she explained, can be expressed in many different ways, if that idea is registered or protected for one person and the person is not able to fully explore all the avenues of expression, then we have stalled creativity. So basically, that's the reason why that provision is made in it.
Okay.
Yes.
So for how long can I protect my expressions?
Okay. For protection begins at the point of creation. It's automatically obtained, and then it ends 70 years after the death.
70 years.
After the death. So it's life plus 70 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you renew? I mean, do you have to show yourself? Do you have to show the work at some point to the office?
Yes, when you come for the registration, you give us 2 copies of the work and we go through the processes. And once it's registered, it's a one-time thing. You don't have to renew the registration. If there's any change of information, you just let us have the updates and then we update our database. That's it.
Okay. So if I have a poem, I can protect it as well?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay. So maybe you can help us, Dorothy, with some of the other things that I am not mentioning because I'm just stuck in my little world. What can people protect that they are not protecting, for instance?
If you have the works that are protectable under copyright are actually artistic works, literary works, computer software, musical works, audiovisual works, which are videos. So all of these things are actually protected under copyright. Basically, if you have any of these works, if you have created any of these works, you can approach the office to register the works. We must also clarify that it is not the registration that gives you protection or that gives you the copyright rather. It is once you have created any such work, you automatically get protection for it, or you automatically own it. So what really you do when you bring the work to us is bring your copyright to us to be registered for you. Yes. So the copyright ownership or protection is inherent in its creation. So once you create, you have the copyright in the work.
Okay. But the thing is, if I create it, the other person doesn't know that I've created something.
Yes.
So until I register.
No.
Not necessarily, because whether or not you register, you actually can enjoy protection when the need arises. If something happens and you need it to be, maybe an issue comes up with it and you need to prosecute or approach the courts to deal with the matter, you could actually get protection for it whether or not you registered. So it's not the registration that gives you the protection. What we do with registration is actually just to authenticate the work, to have a register of copyrighted works in Ghana, and then for
to publicize the rights
for the purpose of prosecution. Because sometimes when you take your cases to the courts, they fall back on us to check our records if you have registered with them, even though that's not what gives you protection.
All right, we've got to take a little break here. When we come back, you introduce the court, so we're going to go there. Stay with us. All right, back to our copyright conversation with Dorothy and Sheila. So if somebody steals my expressions, what can I do when I have duly registered?
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, you can petition the Copyright Office in writing.
Okay.
So if you see that your work is being used in ways that you object, or it's being used without your permission for any reason, you approach us and then you let us know. Then we'll call the other party. We normally have mediations as allowed by our law. So we have mediations and we try to settle the matter. You only go to court in the event that you are not satisfied with the outcome of the mediation.
Usually, how long does this whole process take?
Well, it would depend on the nature of the case. So it's a case-by-case basis. Yes.
Okay. You know, we don't like going to court. We don't like legal procedures. It could take really, really very long. But would you say that people take advantage of what is available at the Copyright Office?
Yes, they do. We have quite a number of people applying for settlements to be conducted for them where there are disputes in those regards. Usually we advise them subsequently to carry on to court when we are not able to resolve it, when the parties are not cooperating enough for us to be able to resolve it. Some cases like that occur. So, but when you proceed to court, you have two remedies that you could apply for. We have the criminal remedy and we have the civil remedy. The civil remedy, the parties will have to get a lawyer and proceed to court in that regard. But the Copyright Act makes provision for the criminal remedy. In other words, where Section 42 of the Copyright Act lists has a long list of offences that could be done to copyright works, or offences that could occur with regards to copyright works. So when that occurs and you go to court, you have the court could actually, after you've gone through the process, you either can be fined,
sent to jail for 3 years.
or sent to jail.
Or jail for 3 years?
Yes, you could actually go to jail for 3 years, or pay a penalty of a minimum of 500 penalty units and a maximum of 1,000 penalty units. And the penalty units now is 120 Ghana cedis, or 12 Ghana cedis per penalty unit. So if you're fined 500, you multiply by 12 and you know how much is due you. Okay. Now, for every day after the judgment is given, for every day that you continue the offense.
So if you steal my exact TV program, and
you're particular about that one,
and you are still putting that television program out there, for every day that you continue after the judgment,
continues, you are fined 25 penalty units for each day that continues. Yes, until it stops.
All right.
Basically, that's
so today is Intellectual Property Day. What should people know about copyright matters? Well, Intellectual Property Day began in the year 2000, when the WIPO member states decided or came to an agreement that the 26th of April
should be recognized as World Intellectual Property Day. The premise being that on that same day in 1970 was the day that the WIPO conventions took effect. So the idea is to celebrate that every year, just to promote the general knowledge or understanding of IP worldwide.
All right.
Yes, on that particular day.
So Sheila, what's happening with our local copyright office? Yes.
Okay. This year the theme worldwide is digital creativity, culture reimagined. So it's looking at how digitization has enhanced, creativity or otherwise. Previously when people were not so tech savvy, there were ways they used to create. Maybe they worked harder, not so to speak smarter. It's because of the lack of innovation or digital use. So now with this, it has, not that it's even going to, digitalization has helped a lot of things that we do now. So in production, in creativity and everything, it's enhancing. So we're looking at how digitalization is helping to enhance innovation and creativity.
Okay.
Today we have a joint program with Microsoft in Ghana. We have a roundtable conference at Alisa this morning.
Okay.
So
is it open?
No, it's
strictly
by
invitation.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take your event.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so we're looking at the digital creativity, culture reimagined, and we are also looking at the use of genuine software on the side of Microsoft.
Okay.
But in any case, we need to use genuine software in anything, in our creativity and everything. Original is always better than, counterfeit.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe sometime you should, I don't know how, but the kind of music that we play and things like that, a lot of them are copied.
Originality is lost.
It's not, we don't buy the CDs any longer.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Copyright Office is concerned about things like
We
that.
are very much concerned, actually. We do have a copyright monitoring team, which was inaugurated in December last year. The only reason you're not really hearing about it, they're supposed to be discreet in their matters, so they are monitoring and looking around and doing raids and other things. But if you know they're coming, then you can dodge.
So what, they're supposed to be doing general inspections?
Monitoring,
yes. Okay.
Yes, and then also they have raids as and when, they have a tip of that there's something going on somewhere. They go in and then seize the goods and other things. And I must
but it's
say
not because of lack of funds?
No, that is
not really.
That may be an issue, but it's not really an issue because they are still going out there. They've been. It's really constant. It's just that over time we've seen that if the public knows about it, they tend to take precaution. But if they don't know, they're just there, and then the team they won't all come in their numbers. It's like they do an investigation where somebody just comes by to see what's going on. If there's an infringing something, he comes and buys a copy, takes a receipt, that type of thing, so that you can easily clamp down on those people. Yeah.
Okay. We'll be having more of these conversations. I think we should all. But Dorothy and Sheila, this is where we have to leave it. I thank you for your time. Enjoy your celebrations today at Alisa without the rest of us. May it be fruitful. Let's get on to some roving before talk. But thank you, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
The Electoral Commission is set to engage the media on relevant issues regarding the upcoming elections. Ahead of that meeting today, Derek Ecclesam has been asking some Ghanaians what issues they want answers to.
It's time to rove on the AM show. Today we are looking at issues concerning the electoral processes. The Electoral Commission is set to meet the various stakeholders and then lay the framework for elections 2016. But what really are the minds of people? Let's get talking.
They should filter the register very well. Like they should remove names that's not supposed to be there, because there have been allegations of people from neighboring countries registering here. So if they could do that, we could get free and fair elections.
But why is this issue so important to you?
Because that has been an issue raised. It was raised as soon as the results was announced that people from neighboring countries do travel in to come and register. We have fair elections, nobody can complain. So if you lose, you lose fairly.
But is that the only means to having a free and fair elections?
We take it from we just don't jump from A to Z. It's A to B. So I think that's the main, issue.
Well, this logo thing, we don't know. They are saying otherwise. They are using the old one, and today the new thing that is coming up to, the new logo is on it about the new registration that is going to be done, the limited one. The new logo is on it, but they are denying that they've not issued a new logo. So I think if they can come out clear about this whole issue, it will help the whole public for us to know clearly about their stand.
But if they come out clear on the new logo, whether or not it will be used, will that ensure free and fair elections?
Definitely, because if you clear the minds of the people about this whole thing, people will have some kind of trust in you. As to now, they don't have any trust in the EC now. Because the EC today, they will say this, tomorrow that. There are a lot of issues that have not come out clear to clear about their stance on it. So I think if the logo thing is being cleared, so the public will kind of have some belief in them, and we know the way forward. Yeah, the voter register, and is it that they are doing a new voter register? We have to know. Because the MPP, they are talking about the new voter register, and the other parties too want to do about this validation thing. So are they going to validate, or they are going to go by the new voter register, or strictly they are going to hold on to the old one? So we want to know if they are going to validate, fine. They should make it clear, the guidelines for validation and everything needs to be clear for the whole public to be aware of.
But which issue is of greatest concern to you?
I think for now, the validation thing, the voter register thing will be a great concern to the whole public, not me as a matter of fact.
The logo and the voters register.
Why is the logo of concern to you?
Actually, this new logo doesn't have any emblem about a Ghana symbol. I don't know even the meaning of this logo. We should get a national color about this new logo, but there's nothing of such. They should come and explain why they chose that logo. If it combined with their work, they should come and explain to us. New voters register, because there has been issues from both political parties, and we want them to come and explain things to us further, since they are in charge of it.
Two issues are on the minds of the people I've spoken to. The first is the logo, whether or not the EC would adopt a new logo. The second one is about the voters register. Will the EC adopt a new voters register, or will it stick to the old one? There are also concerns about validation processes and all of that. Let's see what happens at the forum today. This has been your roving report for today. My name is Derek Ekwal Sam.